And good Thursday morning. Welcome to episode 32 of the Inside Drive podcast. As we do most Thursday, we've got Jay Henley in the house with us. Before we get started, I do want to mention our big sponsor, Golf Plus. Today's a perfect day to head to Golf Plus with their two simulators. You can, if you're looking to get fit for a set of clubs, you can do that. But of course, when it's raining and cold, if you're looking for a place to keep your golf game going, they have two simulators in there so you can play any golf course you want and enjoy some time to still get some rounds around of golf in while this weather is absolutely yucky. But attention golfers who want to improve their score, Golf Plus is the place to be in Bay County with the tools and expertise to help you. Golf Plus has been featured in both Golf and Golf Digest magazine as the top club fitters in the country, and they certainly deserve it. Their fitting studio will blow you away with the selection of brands, models of clubs, as well as all the shafts for you to try. The putting green is filled with all the latest and greatest brands you could possibly want. The repair shop is second to none. Tour van quality repairs every time and fast too. Golf Plus is your fitting studio and repair shop on the beach. Renovations to the shop, I believe, are now complete. New floor, like I just said, the second simulator has been added, so you can go play some golf today while you can. I mean, maybe you do go out and play on a real golf course simply because maybe you're a little bit crazy. We're starting to get some snowbirds in town who will play in 38-degree weather. My threshold is 50 degrees.
Same.
I lived by that since I've been in the golf business. 50 degrees. If it's colder than 50 degrees, I won't play. If it's warmer than 50 degrees, I will play.
Yeah.
Their holiday sales are still rocking and rolling. 25% off all junior clubs and 20% off all in-stock shoes. And of course, if you're looking for a gift for the golfer in your life, they do so. Gift certificates, might be gift cards. One of the two. You can swing over to Golf Plus there in the Edgewater Shopping Plaza, right next to Firefly. You give them a call at 850-249-2726. Also want to give a shout out to one of our new sponsors. That is Juices and Sunsets. Misty Witt has done a great job kind of bringing some healthy juices right here to Bay County. For $12, you can get for $10, you can get the 12-ounce juice. For $4, you can get the 4-ounce juice. Some of their options are the Yellow Sunrise. That's pineapple, green apple, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. I know turmeric has got a lot of health benefits. And then you got Orange Oasis. That's orange, carrot, pineapple, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. Island Greens. That's spinach, kale, cucumber, celery, pineapple, apple, kiwi, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. You can kind of see a theme here with the ginger and turmeric. Yeah. Beachy Beets. That's a good name. Beets, apple, watermelon, pineapple, kiwi, orange, carrot, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. Watermelon Waves. Watermelon, orange, apple, pineapple, kiwi, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. Paradise Pear. That's pear, pineapple, watermelon, carrot, kiwi, lemon, green apple, ginger, and turmeric. You can check them out on Facebook at Juices and Sunsets. They got a great Facebook page. You can also order right directly from their website, juicesandsunsets.com. Jay, tell us a little bit about some of the benefits that all these hand juiced juices can have for your body.
Well, hell, it looks like it could benefit me in every aspect. Because look, if you got a cold, if you got a headache, ulcer, high blood pressure, kidney detox, eye problems, constipation, hangover, nervousness, depression, diabetes, asthma, arthritis, kidney stones, stress, fatigue, memory loss, and indigestion.
I can't think of anything else you'd want to have.
I know, right? I mean, it takes care of all of that. But also benefits of cayenne pepper. How about that? You can. Who knew that?
I guess we're about to find out.
Digestive aid, heart and blood health, detox, muscle and joint support. I need some of that. Immune health support and vitamin A. Interesting.
There you go. And again, these juices can be yours. Juicesandsunsets.com. You can place your order. I believe they deliver as well should you need to, have these juices delivered. One of the things I've been trying to do is just be a lot healthier because the more healthy I am, the better it is with those cancer cells. So These juices are certainly one of the things that I partake in as well. They're all delicious. I've tried every one of them. And they certainly have, as Jay just mentioned, a ton of health benefits. So again, that's juicesandsunsets.com or check them out on Facebook. Lots of great options. Trying to bring some of that health right here to Bay County. Misty Witt does a fantastic job with these juices, and they can be yours as well. Juicesandsunsets.com. Jay, real quick before I kind of ask you some questions, I thought we'd mix it up a little bit today and just ask you some questions about Jay Henley.
Okay.
I do want to congratulate both the UA girls basketball team and the UA boys soccer team, who both won the county championship this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, back-to-back days, sweeping the fall middle school sport championships, and both were in very dramatic fashion. We'll start with the girls basketball championship. I believe we're going to have 4 girls and the head coach join us on the 23rd next Tuesday. Originally, I wasn't going to do a show on the 23rd, but now with them all being in town, I'd love to have them all and talk about. They've all played. That's Ryan, Aubrey, Lucy, and Ella. They've all played together for the last 3 years for Coach Toole over there at UA. Do want to give a shout out to Ella. She broke her wrist in the semifinal game, so just brutal to have to. I mean, watching is so much different than actually playing because you can't control anything when you're watching. So she's always been our starter all year. So we were down a starter. So shout out to Lucy Mulick that came in to replace Ella and played a great game. Actually ended up scoring the winning basket. And we were also missing one of our good subs, Emma Skaggs. They were over in London. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. So anyway, close game all the way through. Third quarter, UA stretches out to about a 10-point lead. And then as we get towards the end of the third quarter and then into the fourth quarter, Mowat comes all the way back and actually goes up by a point. I believe it was 32-31 because it got to 31-21. I was like, I'm not comfortable yet. We need a few more. And we just couldn't get the ball in the hoop at that point. Mowat comes all the way back to go up 32-31. And then we get a rebound on a missed shot, go pass it all the way up the court. And Tiffany, who's also, she just came off an ACL injury, so she's only really played a few minutes in the last few games. She catches the ball. Lucy's wide open on the other side, passes it to Lucy. Lucy goes up. It wasn't really a layup. It was kind of like a 3 or 4 foot shot, banks it off, and it goes in. Then we proceed to get a turnover on the next play for Mowat. We got at that time, there was about 26 seconds left in the game. I didn't even realize when we made that shot that there was so little time left. I was like, oh my gosh. Because you kind of get caught up in the moment. There's a huge atmosphere. The Eagle was there. The student section was rocking. The cheerleaders were rocking. It was just a great atmosphere and a great time over there in the Fishbowl, as I've dubbed it, the Jacob C. Fish Gymnasium.
Yeah.
So just awesome. Didn't realize that. We get a turnover, and then we kind of kill some clock a little bit, and then there's 4.3 seconds left in the game. Coach Toole calls a timeout. Ryan inbounds all game. She inbounds to Aubrey Davis, and Aubrey kind of shields the ball for enough time for the clock to go out, and the girls win the county championship.
Wow.
Second county championship in school history, first ever county championship where they went completely undefeated the entire season. Didn't lose a single game in the season. And obviously the semifinal game against Breakfast Point, we were down 13-4 after the first quarter. So we found some ways to dig deep in the we haven't really been down all season until the semifinal and the championship game. But kudos to Breakfast Point and Mowat. Great basketball teams, great schools, great programs. And then we'll pivot over to the boys soccer championship, which was yesterday afternoon. That was against Breakfast Point Academy, who was the number 2 seed and made it to the championship as well. So UA was trying to go back-to-back. They won the county championship last year, undefeated county championship. And then yesterday, UA scores the first goal, and then Breakfast Point ties it up. I believe it was early in the second half. It could have been late in the first half. Can't remember. And then UA has like 4 or 5 opportunities to score that just didn't go in. So it ended up being tied 1-1 after regulation. We go to overtime, which all the parents and everybody on the sideline thought it was going to be your traditional 5-minute overtime period and another 5-minute overtime period. And it's not sudden death. Basically, you're playing like another game. And if you were leading after those 2 periods, you would go on to win. If it was tied after those 2 periods, you go on to PKs, which we didn't want to have to go to PKs because it was starting to get pretty dark. Game started at 3:30. Game ended up about 4:45. So UA's got the ball. There was a penalty called, and we had a free kick. Zach Fliegel's got a great, he's probably about 15 yards past the 18-yard box. That's the big box that surrounds the goal. He's got a free kick. Breakfast Point's got a wall right in front of him, just 3-player wall. We were sitting literally right behind him, so everybody's filming the shot. Kicks the free kick, goes up and over, curves in kind of the top right corner of the net. Like I said, we didn't know it was a golden goal, so that actually ended the game. We probably would have been a lot crazier had we known it was that ended the game, but the refs walked off the field. Everybody was celebrating like it was the end of the game. So pretty exciting stuff there in both the girls' championship and the boys' championship. But congratulations to UA Athletics for a girls' championship and a boys' championship in the same season. We had Coach Sam on Tuesday just talking about that UA culture, the UA buy-in. You could really see that with all the kids that both came out to the girls game and the boys game and all the parents, of course. Yeah. But congratulations to Breakfast Point Academy on a great season as well.
That's great.
So it was awesome stuff there for UA. And, we're out of school this week. So we were, we haven't been in school, so it's a little different than they're used to. And I thought everybody kind of rose to the challenge. That was pretty exciting stuff. Congratulations to the boys and girls. Looking forward. Now soccer starts for the girls, and that's where I assistant coach Ian we'll see how that goes because we lost so many players. And Ella's our starting goalie, and she broke her wrist. So
That's
hopefully
awesome.
she heals up fast. That's
Yeah.
awesome
That's awesome.
that she broke her wrist.
Oh no, I'm talking about awesome
Yeah.
with the championships.
Yep, for sure.
Not so awesome with the broken
Yep,
wrist. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But kudos, just I can't wait to have the girls and Coach Toole in on Tuesday, just to kind of talk. They've been playing together for so long,
Mhm.
and Coach Toole is just an awesome basketball coach, and you can feel the emotion, the excitement that he has as well, and the girls just love him, and of course his wife Erin helps him out as well. We'll dive into that a little bit on Tuesday. But Jay, I'm going to start with some questions for you.
Mm.
Obviously, golf instructor extraordinaire. Golf has been a big part of your life for most of your life.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started playing golf?
I was like 5 years old. Dad started about the same time, and
Oh, so he started playing golf at the same
the
time
same
as well.
exact time.
Wow, so you guys were
So-
learning together.
Oh yeah, and boy, did we make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, it's part of learning, right? If you're
Yeah.
not making mistakes, you're not getting better.
I think I do remember. I think this was December of 1985 because I was probably 5 years old. You were just a little newborn at that.
Yeah, I was
point.
only like 3 months old at that point. You act like you're so much older than me. You're 5 years older than me.
Yeah, but
You still haven't got your prostate checked.
no, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But
We're gonna have to do a live phone call about that too.
Yeah, we'll do that too. But I do remember, making all those mistakes. Dad, I remember driving the golf cart over the tee box. And,
Yeah, you guys were
it-
literally had no
we're
idea
brand
what you were
new,
doing.
brand new, and sir, you can't do that. And so
What caused you both to start playing golf?
I don't know. I have no
You
idea.
need to ask
I
your
just
dad that.
Santa Claus brought a set of clubs for me when I was 5 years old, and fortunately for me, I had like a backyard, and I know it seems like a lot of people don't even have backyards these days, but
Yeah, especially
um,
around these parts.
yeah,
Unless you
but
go up north.
just got out there, and I didn't have YouTube and all that kind of stuff to watch, so I went out and just hit golf balls, and hit golf balls over the house, hit golf balls at my mom and dad's car, just random stuff, right? So yeah, that's just kind of how I got going with that.
That's cool. I mean, I had no idea how you got started.
Yeah.
But did your dad get a set of clubs for Christmas too?
Yes, he did. He did. And
So somebody made the decision to oh, you just meant that. My bad.
uh-oh.
So y'all just made the decision that, hey, we're gonna start learning how to play golf.
Yeah, and
Pretty cool to do that with your dad together, because the normal thing is the dad or the mom has been playing golf most of their life, and then when they have children, they get them into golf as well.
right.
So you
Yeah.
guys dove in together.
We dove in together, and Dad was a manager for a uniform rental company for so long, and he on Fridays at noon they would just they would stop work,
Disperse,
and,
yep,
yeah, and so
like a dentist office.
yeah, and so those Friday afternoon golf rounds with all the coworkers and my dad and stuff are definitely big time memories for me.
That's cool.
And that's just how I kind of got going with it.
Well, in the 80s and the 90s too, golf was such a business thing too. They always
Yeah.
say, golf, more deals were made on a golf course than anywhere else. So you had to be able to at least slap it around a little bit.
Right.
Maybe not shoot really low because it's so hard. But
Yeah.
is 5 years old what you would recommend, if someone wants to get their kid into golf?
Yes, most definitely.
And at 5 years old, you're just giving them a set of clubs and say, try to figure out how to hit that ball.
right.
Because at that point, it's all about just trying to figure out how to make contact.
Yeah.
Because the brain's not developed enough to really understand this. Because the swing's so complicated.
That's right.
So the brain's really not developed enough to understand how complex the golf swing is and to make these very complex moves.
Yeah.
So yeah, young children, if you want to get into the game of golf, obviously come see Jay. But 5, 6 years old, it's just about learning how to make contact at that point.
Yep.
Because you can learn something really quickly. Because if they can make contact and look somewhat decent, now you got a lot to work with there
Absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely.
What other sports did you play growing up?
Baseball. Played basketball for a couple of seasons, but played baseball most of my life. And fortunately, my high school baseball coach tried to play 1 year at Griffin High School in Griffin, Georgia, and it just became too much of a job for me baseball wise, and so basically I just went right back into golf. I think I played golf 3 years, and then I played baseball 1 year.
Gotcha. At that
but
point.
yeah, baseball to me was, I don't know, it wasn't my passion. I mean, obviously golf was, but baseball was 5:30 workouts in the morning and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's for the birds right now. You're getting up at 6 every day to go teach golf.
Yeah.
The irony.
Yeah. Yeah.
So golf was your favorite sport growing up?
Yeah, most definitely.
Just kind of fell in love with the game.
Yep. And I just remember the junior camps back in the day, you know.
You attended the junior camps, but then you became an instructor of junior camps.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
That's some full circle stuff right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But love it, man. Love it. I love being around it.
When did you start teaching the game of golf?
September of 1999.
You don't know the day, but you got the month.
It was right after Labor Day.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, September of 1999. Long time ago,
Yep.
man.
So,
long time ago.
well, you're sitting on
Not that I
27 years of teaching.
but see, that's what I did though at 19 is I just went all in. I didn't know what I was doing. And I think a lot of people, you know, are scared to kind of take the venture. You just got to dive in and make mistakes and learn along the way. And that's what I did. Looking back on that, for me to give a lesson to probably one of the, you know, top CEOs in the whole country at that time, like I had no business doing that, but I did it.
Yeah. Fake
Did
it
I
till you
make them
make it.
better? I don't know if I did, but I learned from it.
Well, and that's kind of how you know, as a golf professional, there's a lot of different paths you can go. You know, I took kind of the management path, and a lot of people take the teaching path. A lot of people just stick with, you know, being a director of a golf or, you know, head pro, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to go full-time teaching versus just being a golf professional?
Man, I had to think. I might have to think about that. So,
Because when you first started teaching, you were still a golf professional in Sea
Yeah.
Island, right?
yeah, and it's so funny. This is great stuff because when you're in operations, you don't want to teach, and
Yeah.
you feel like it's a burden to kind of do that.
I
And-
feel that for sure because
Yeah.
I'd be, you know, I haven't taught when we came down to Bay Point. My job wasn't to help teach because they had the dew sweepers at that point and all
Right.
that stuff. But when I was at the club in South Carolina, a lot of times lessons, obviously you're getting paid above and beyond what you're getting paid. So that was a good thing, but they always
Right.
felt like it was in the way of doing something else.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
I'd be out there teaching for 2 or 3 hours back to back. And then now you're all of a sudden you're behind on a bunch of stuff. So I'd be
Right.
out there teaching and I've had anxiety about what I had to go do when I got
Yep.
back.
Yeah.
So
So I think for me is just you have to make your business 100% customer focused. You can't
yeah,
be
that's any business really for sure.
Well, it is. It is. And you get, like you said, and I've been in that same mindset, Mulvey, where you have this to-do list and it's a, you know, check the box operation thing. And you've got to get away from that mindset and you have to focus on, you know, making people, yeah, golf instruction, yes, but just making them better and giving them some things to work on and encouraging. That's the big thing that's like missed in so many. And I feel like that's why I've been successful is because look, you have to look at golf as a half glass full.
Yeah.
You can't do
Otherwise
half
it'll
glass
tear you
empty.
up.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure,
And
you
that
know,
goes back to
obviously-
positivity just in general.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, that's what gets me up in the morning, you know, each and every day. So,
I mean, you said encouragement and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
My favorite person to teach was a beginner lady.
Yeah.
Simply because if they had never ever played before, you got a clean slate to work with. But there was just so much excitement when that ball got flushed and hit up
Same.
into the air.
Yeah.
So is that your, you know, favorite demographic to teach as well? I know you do a lot with juniors.
Yeah, a lot of it is. Yeah. I think so. I mean, I like it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
really
you kind of
do.
have to if you do it, you know, full
Yeah.
time.
So yeah, you give me a tour player, that'd be awesome. If you give me, you know, somebody with no athletic ability, I'm okay with that. I've got the patience to kind of, you know, as long as they do,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
it's
the
a
key.
50-50.
You have the patience. They also have to have
Yeah.
the patience as well.
Yeah.
And I think a common misconception too is if you're a teaching pro, you're teaching high level players
Yeah.
all the time. That's probably the smallest demographic that you teach as a teaching pro. Now, obviously, if you kind of go up to the big times and get connected with some tour players and stuff like that, now that's a whole different ballgame. But those people, you know, the Leadbetters, those kind of guys, they've been around forever and they kind of worked their way. You know, Michael Breed, those kind of guys. That's a rarity in the business
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
'cause
that's right.
it's
That's
kind of like,
right.
you know, broadcasting and that kind of stuff, you know, making it to be a play-by-play person or something like that. It's just a rarity. And in this kind of stuff, certainly tough.
Yeah.
You started adding some new technology into your teaching. What kind of triggered that?
I don't know. You see obviously AI and you see all these things that are really coming about. And I still want to stick to the basic fundamentals of grip, posture, plane, and pivot. Those are the four things that I continuously talk about and teach. But when you can show somebody like Sportsbox 3D, and that's, kind of Bryson DeChambeau's thing, when you can show them how much they're swaying in the golf swing and how much they're not turning, with it being a rotational sport, it becomes like, oh wow, it's an aha moment when they can see that visualization of their golf swing, and then you don't even have to send videos to your clients. I mean, once you get all that set up in there,
They have their
they
own
have
cloud.
access to it, and so you see that, and it kind of takes a lot off of you on the back end of sending stuff to the customers. So yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to get my feet wet with all the AI and everything, but yeah, that's been a big benefit. I've enjoyed using Sportsbox.
And you've also got a new business venture you're working on. You want to tell everybody
Yes.
about that?
Wow. Yeah. So
It's not
I
an
will be.
OnlyFans, right?
No, no, that business, I made 5 cents off of it. So I
You
mean,
actually had to pay the people
yeah,
that watched after the
yeah,
fact.
yeah. I had to make fun. Yeah, but but no, I've thought about it long and hard. There's some really cool stuff in the pipeline for me in 2026. I will be spending next week really kind of learning this technology. But I have invested in a golf simulator, and this is not just a, hey, let's set up a screen right here, and let's. This is a corporate event. This is I come to you and give golf lessons. Um, we can do birthday parties, and hey, look, like this isn't like a 6 or 7 year old birthday party
Yeah.
thing. I mean, this is a top of the line deal.
Awesome.
So for teenagers, yeah, I think that would be something we could do for birthdays and stuff. But man, I am mobile. I've got a brand new trailer that's currently being
Dang.
logoed.
So you went all in.
Yeah,
I like it.
and the JH logo is on all the trailer. So we'll be having that. But man, I am looking forward to where not only like where this is gonna just take me in general. It'd be kind of cool. I may, look, hey, I may be in Birmingham at a corporate event, come February. I hope that's the case. Maybe in Atlanta. Who knows, right?
So regional.
Regional.
Yep, not just here in Bay
Yeah.
County. Obviously, you can do it here in Bay County and beyond, but
Yeah.
regional service for corporate events,
Yep.
birthday parties, lessons,
Yep.
just all that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
I'm looking forward to it, man. This has been a long time coming, and and that's what it is in today's world. Obviously, we talk about NIL and everybody being mobile and moving about. That's one of the decisions I made was like, hey, I want to move about. Like, I want to be mobile. I want to come to you. I
Yep.
want to give you a
That's kind of
golf
the world we
experience.
live in nowadays is, everything coming to you
Yeah.
and, that instant gratification.
Hmm.
Awesome. I didn't know you were doing all that. So excited for you and certainly wishing you the best of luck. And if anything I can do to help kind of spread the word, be more than happy to.
Mulvey, you're already doing it, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, you got to launch it sometime, right?
Yes.
Is it
Yep.
just have an official name?
Well,
I mean, it's under the Jay Henley Golf umbrella.
Well, yeah, and look, so my logo has been Jay Henley Golf, or my brand's been Jay Henley Golf. We're transitioning into Golf with Jay,
Hence
and
golfwithjay.com.
yeah, and so Golf with Jay can be in California, it can be here in Bay County. We're still working on trying to go across the pond. I don't know how I can get my simulator over there.
You need to find somebody with a barge.
Yeah. Well, my brother's getting his commercial pilot's license, so hey, maybe we can work.
There
out
you
a
go.
deal.
There you go. Just got to
But,
find a little cargo plane or big cargo plane and
yeah.
get you over there across the pond, as you
Yeah.
always say. If you go across the pond, I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'm with you. Come on, let's go.
Awesome stuff, Jay.
Yeah,
Proud
thanks,
of you.
man.
That's good stuff.
Thank you.
And I like,
Thank you.
you're taking a little bit of a risk. And, a lot of times when you take a risk, the reward can be even greater than the risk. So I know it'll work out because you have the drive and the personality to do this.
Well, thank you. And it's the creativity is, you've got this GS Pro thing, right?
Yep.
This GS Pro is this software that, you can play 17 at Sawgrass in the matter of seconds.
Yep.
And and you can do golf leagues, and there's so many. You just got to be creative and just think it and do it.
Yep.
And
Don't
go for it.
hesitate. Just
No.
go all in.
Yeah.
That's some of the most successful people in the world. That's what they did. And
Yeah.
I have no doubt you won't be extremely successful with this new venture. So
Well, I couldn't have done that without you, man. So thank you, Mulvey.
no, I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I'm excited to see how this goes because you got to jump every once in a while. Because if you're just being stagnant,
Yeah.
you don't get anywhere. You just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna pivot dramatically here. Top 3 Christmas movies.
Oh man.
I gave you 3, so it wasn't just top Christmas movie.
I'm going with what I've watched so far this season. And I'm gonna go Christmas Vacation,
Okay.
Die Hard, which is total opposite. Die Hard and the original. I don't know, Home Alone 2.
2,
Yeah.
Lost in New York.
Yeah. How about you?
I mean, I would say Vegas Vacation for sure, and then I'd actually
Christmas Vacation.
or Christmas Vacation. I like Vegas Vacation too.
I do
Christmas
too.
Vacation, and I'd probably go Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. That would be my 3.
Okay.
I need to have the kids watch Die Hard 2, and then not Die Hard 2, Die Hard also because they've never seen it before.
Yeah.
That's such a good one. I mean,
Whole.
and I haven't seen it in so long. It'd be nice to have a little refresher too.
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas movies, this is just kind of a list that the streaming services have. I haven't heard a lot of these movies. You probably have. Netflix has Best Christmas Ever, Merry Little Christmas, Champagne Problems, Jingle Bell Heist, My Secret Santa, Man vs. Baby, Goodbye June, That Christmas, A Nonsense Christmas for Sabrina Carpenter. That's one you're probably going to watch. And then 1,000 Miles from Christmas. Disney Plus, if you got it, has A Very Jonas Christmas, Almost Christmas Story, Nutcrackers, Dashing Through the Snow, The Santa Claus, I believe that's the one with Tim Allen, The Muppet Christmas Carol, which is a good one, Miracle on 34th Street, that's kind of the OG, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Noel, Olaf's Frozen Adventure, Mickey's Christmas Carol, Diary of a Wimpy Kid's Christmas, Cabin Fever, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Beauty and the Beast, Enchanted Christmas, Dashing Through the Snow. And then on Prime, you've got Red One, Scrooge, The Holiday, Last Christmas, A Family for the Holidays, Uninvited for the Holidays, that sounds sad, Elf, A Christmas with a Crown, Christmas Together, The Family Stone, and if you're a fan of comedy, Nate Bargatze, that's not on this list, but Nate Bargatze, who's a great comedian, has a Christmas show too, which is hilarious. So I would recommend that one for sure. And then Hulu, they've got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Should you can't find it on 27 different channels every day.
Yeah.
The Little Drummer Boy, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Jingle Jangle, Four Christmases, that's a good one. The Elf and the Polar Express. And that kind of rounds out all your movies that you can watch on demand on those streaming services. All right.
Bad Santa, not in any of these. Billy Bob is so amazing.
He is.
Yeah.
The range of movies that he's certainly done is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Obviously, the college football playoff gets underway tomorrow night. Before we fill it out right here live on the show, I just want to go through something kind of interesting. This is the AP preseason top 25, where they started and where they ended up in the college football playoff and their records. Texas started at number 1 in the preseason AP poll. They have a 9-3 record. They dropped to 13. Penn State started number 2. They're now unranked with a 6-6 record, probably the biggest fall from where they were out of any other team on this list. Ohio State started number 3. As we know, they're now ranked number 2 in the college football playoff with a 12-0 record. Clemson started at number 4. Now they're unranked with a 7-5 record. Georgia started at number 5. They're now number 3 with an 11-1 record. Notre Dame started at number 6, now ranked number 10 with a 10-2 record. Oregon started at 7. They're now at 5 with an 11-1 record. Alabama started at 8. They only dropped 1 spot to number 9 with a 10-2 record. LSU, another team that started in the top 10 that dropped to unranked with a 7-5 record. And a new coach with Lane Kiffin now leading the charge over there at LSU. Number 10 was Miami. They dropped 2 spots to number 12 with a 10-2 record. The Arizona State Sun Devils started at number 11, also dropped to unranked with an 8-4 record. The Fighting Illini of Illinois started at number 12. They also dropped unranked 8-4 record. Then we've got South Carolina that started at number 13. They're now unranked with a 4-8 record. Michigan started at number 14. They dropped to number 19 with a 9-3 record. The Gators were at 15. That's pretty crazy. They're now unranked with a 4-8 record. 16 was the SMU Mustangs. They're now unranked with an 8-4 record. Kansas State was 17. They're now unranked with a 6-6 record. Oklahoma was ranked number 8 with a 10-2, or excuse me, was ranked number 18. They finished at number 8 with a 10-2 record. Texas A&M started at number 19. They dropped all the way down to number 7 with an 11-1 record. The Indiana Hoosiers started all the way back there at number 20, now number 1 in the country with a 12-0 record. Ole Miss started at number 21. They're now ranked number 6 with an 11-1 record. Iowa State started at 22, unranked, now with an 8-4 record. Texas Tech started at number 23. They moved all the way up to number 4 with an 11-1 record. Tennessee, number 24, now unranked. Same thing with Boise State, both with 8-4 records, now unranked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 teams in the AP preseason top 25 ended up unranked. So just what's the moral of that story, Jay?
If you're in first and you think you're the best, you'll probably end up out of the top 25.
Just because you're ranked in the top 25 in the AP preseason poll doesn't mean you're going to end up in the college football playoff top 25 poll. That was the moral of that story for me. I was just baffled how many people were in the AP top 25 and then ended up unranked. So it just goes to show you the Associated Press or the college football playoff, one or the other, don't really know what they're certainly doing. Brooks Koepka is probably maybe trying to make a move to get back to the PGA Tour.
I've heard that.
Basically, he's said that he's going to sit out this live season because I think there's something where it says if you want to come back to the PGA Tour, you have to face a 1-year suspension. So I think he's trying to get it out of the way with the live tour. If you were the PGA Tour, would you just tell him, don't worry about that, come back on the PGA Tour?
Yes, I would, because then I think a few others would probably follow. But yeah, I would welcome him back in both arms. I'd kiss him on the cheek. Yeah. How about you?
I mean, I think it would be a smart move by the PGA and, get him back. He's one of the best players, he's been one of the best players in the world now for a long time. He's got 5 major championships and he's got a big following. So I think, if you're the PGA Tour, try to right the ship a little bit because obviously there's been a lot of turmoil over the last 4 or 5 years. So yeah, don't let Brooks sit out on the live tour. Just, he's willing to do that. Just bring him back to the PGA.
Yep.
I don't know what's all going to happen with the 2 leagues. You know that the live's now 72 holes in every tournament versus the 54. So they're trying to find a way for their players to get some world ranking points because I think they saw the writing on the wall that if they didn't find a way for these guys to get world ranking points, they were going to end up, potentially never leaving the tour, which is kind of what Brooks Koepka's doing a little bit there.
So is that bringing unity? But going from 54 to 72?
I think they just solely did that to try to be able to get their guys world ranking points.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but that's my feeling on why they did it.
Yeah.
All right, we got our college football playoff brackets in front of us. It gets underway tomorrow night with Alabama and Oklahoma. Oklahoma got the better of Alabama earlier this year. Tough to beat a team twice in 1 year, though. Saw the weather forecast for tomorrow during that game time is 48 degrees and up to 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So the passing and the kicking game is certainly going to be jeopardized. So the run game is going to be crucial. I'm not sure if Jam Miller is back yet. I'll have to do some research on that. If Jam Miller's back, then I think Alabama will be okay with that run game. But during that Georgia SEC championship game, they could not move the ball on the ground in any way, shape, or form. All right, we'll start at the top, Jay, with JMU and Oregon. Even a question on this one?
I mean, you got to go with the Ducks.
Yeah, I don't see any scenario where JMU wins that football game. I mean, they could probably hang with them for a little bit in the first half, but then usually the better team always separates and goes away. The game tomorrow night, that's going to be at 7 p.m. on ABC and ESPN. Number 9, Alabama, traveling to Norman, Oklahoma against the number 8 Sooners. Who you got in that one, Jay?
Oh, Oklahoma.
Do you?
Yes, I do. How about you? I'm thinking Oklahoma.
I do as well, simply because Oklahoma's got, I think, a better run game than Alabama does, and that's going to be the key. Yeah. Even with Jam Miller back, I still think that favors Oklahoma. And Alabama's just been kind of limping in their last 5 or 6 weeks. And I think Oklahoma had to play better the last several weeks to, to keep their ranking where it was. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma in that one as well. All right, let's go down to Daddy Lane's old school Ole Miss taking on number 11 Tulane. I did see that Summerall, who's going to Florida, just donated, I think it was $100,000 to the Tulane Green Wave Fund to help support the next coach coming in. So I thought that was pretty cool. Ole
He
Miss
needs the money.
Yep, Ole Miss or Tulane.
I will go with the home team, Ole Miss. I think Lane did a good job of creating an environment there, and they'll continue it.
Pete Golding at the helm.
Yeah.
We shall see. I mean, if Ole Miss wins that game, Lane will get a little bit of a bonus from LSU, which is still crazy. They did that in the contract. Yeah. But kind of like the Oregon JMU game, I don't see a scenario where Tulane wins that game. Maybe again they can hang a little bit in the first half, but then second half, Ole Miss blows that thing wide open. Unless the lack of Lane Kiffin really hurts the Rebels, but I don't see that happening. All right, Miami and Texas A&M. Who you got?
I'm going with the non-home team here. I'm actually going to go with the U.
Going to go with the U?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Aggies. I think that loss that they faced that knocked them out of the SEC championship to Texas kind of righted the ship. Sometimes you got to face some adversity. They were undefeated until that point. They lost that game. They were able to regroup. They had a week off. Actually probably 2 weeks off. So now they're back playing the football that they expect to play. So I got Texas A&M winning that game. Okay. All right, let's go back up to the top. Oregon and Texas Tech. Who you got winning? I know you picked Oregon, so who you got winning that game?
Quack, quack. Ducks go.
I've got Oregon as well advancing in that game. Mm-hmm. All right, Oklahoma and Indiana.
I will go with Indiana here over Oklahoma.
Me as well. Mm-hmm. All right, Ole Miss and Georgia.
I mean, come on.
You have to pick the Dogs pretty much. I will pick the Dogs as well. I just think that they got the better Jimmies and Joes on especially on their lines, defensive and offensive. And I think Ole Miss is just not going to be able to move the ball like they're used to doing. So I got Georgia winning that one as well. Obviously, we have different picks in this one. Ohio State, and I've got playing Texas A&M. You've got them playing Miami. Who you got advancing?
I think we're going to be similar here with Ohio State.
Absolutely, no reason Ohio State doesn't beat Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Again, goes back to the Jimmies and the Joes, and I think Ohio State. They had 9 first-team, all Big Ten players on their roster. So I think when you get down to these games, whoever has the better roster and the better coach usually wins those games. All right, now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Oregon and Indiana. Who you got?
I have Oregon beating Indiana.
Why?
Indiana's been on top, like what we talked about. They've been on top for a while now. It's time for them to, go sit in the valley.
They've been on top after one game when they beat Ohio State. Then they went to number 1.
They haven't been number 1 all season?
Ohio State was number 1 going into the Big Ten championship.
Well,
Indiana beats them, so they swapped spots.
Yeah, we're going Oregon.
I'm going to Oregon because Indiana beat Oregon once already this year, and it's like I always say, it's very tough to beat a team twice in one season. So I got the Ducks winning that one. Right. Georgia, Ohio State. Ohio State's the betting favorite to win the national championship again, trying to go back to back. Who you got winning that game?
In the Fiesta Bowl, Georgia outdoes Ohio State. Yeah.
What's kind of crazy is I have that as well.
We're on the same page.
No, this will probably be the difference.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Dan Lanning and the Ducks to win the national championship because why not? You're obviously going to take the Georgia Bulldogs winning the national championship.
Yeah.
All right, hang on to that piece of paper, and we'll see what happens when we go into fruition. We'll see what happens.
I like it.
All right. Real quick, I just want to go over the NFL Week 16 playoff clinching scenarios. I think there's 9 teams that have an opportunity to clinch playoff spots this week. The Buffalo Bills, they can clinch a playoff spot if they win and Houston loses to Las Vegas, which I don't think Houston's going to lose to Las Vegas. So that probably may not come to fruition. But also another scenario is if they win and Indianapolis loses to San Francisco, which I actually think San Francisco is going to beat Indianapolis, more so now because of Phillip Rivers being their starting quarterback. The Denver Broncos can clinch the number 1 seed and home field advantage in the AFC with a win and a Chargers loss at Dallas, plus a New England loss at Baltimore, plus a Buffalo loss at Cleveland. I could see the first 2 happening, but a Buffalo loss at Cleveland, I don't really see that happening. The Jacksonville Jaguars can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Houston loss or a win and an Indianapolis loss. So a lot of teams have an opportunity to clinch playoff spots. The Chargers, who are 10-4, can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a Houston loss, or a win and an Indianapolis loss. So a lot riding on that Houston, Vegas, and Indianapolis, San Francisco game. The New England Patriots can clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Houston loss at Las Vegas or an Indianapolis loss at Las Vegas. A lot of teams probably going to be rooting for San Francisco to win over Indianapolis based on the clinching scenarios, because if Indy loses, it sounds like several teams will clinch playoff berths should they win their game as well. Chicago Bears can also clinch a playoff berth. They have to play Green Bay on Saturday. Now we're getting to the point where we got Saturday and Sunday games. The Bears can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Detroit loss at Pittsburgh. The Green Bay Packers can clinch a playoff berth with the exact same scenario. So basically, if Detroit loses to Pittsburgh, I highly doubt that'll happen. You just never know, though. And both whoever wins the Packers and Bears game, they'll clinch a playoff berth. The Philadelphia Eagles, they can clinch the NFC East with a win or a Dallas loss at the Chargers. So they've got, if they just win, they're in and they win the NFC East. San Francisco 49ers can clinch a playoff berth with a win over the Indianapolis Colts or a Detroit loss versus Pittsburgh. The Seattle Seahawks can clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Detroit loss versus Pittsburgh. And the NFL, that's all your playoff clinching scenarios. I know the Seahawks, Niners, and Rams all vying for that NFC West win and potentially a number one seed there in the NFC. I know the Niners can clinch the number one seed if the Seahawks beat the Rams tonight. I've never rooted for the Seahawks before, but I'm going to be rooting for them tonight. So if the Niners beat, if Seattle beats the Rams tonight and then the Niners win out, which is going to be tough, I think they can beat Indy, but the game against the Bears and the game against the Seahawks is going to be a challenging one. They can win the number one seed. I think if Seattle wins tonight and then they win out, they'll be the number one seed. If the Rams win tonight, they'll have a much easier path to be the number one seed in the NFC there. But those are your clinching scenarios right now. I don't remember a season where the NFL has been so wide open, which is I think makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah.
How are you doing in your matchup against Tatum in the playoffs?
Well, so I didn't know how all this worked.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I deleted the app and deleted everything on Sunday, and so I got to open it. I have no idea. I didn't know it was 2 weeks.
Shocking.
Yeah.
That's why I should have made it instead of you. Yeah.
Anyways, I'll get back on the app.
You better quickly because there's a game tonight.
I'll do it right now. Tate is he's got me. He's got me.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Not necessarily.
I mean,
I know we talked about the tentative football classification rankings on Tuesday. They are now all official, and all the rankings we went over on Tuesday have been locked in. And that means Arnold and Mosley are both now in 4A Region 1, which I think is tough for Arnold. That's a tough draw. They already got Choctawhatchee and some other big-time teams in there. I did ask Coach Griffin how it's determined, because they seem to do this every year, and how it's determined that all these teams go into different classifications and regions and all that stuff. I asked him how it works. I was like, do the coaches get to put in their requests and stuff like that, or ADs or anything like that? He's like, there's no input at all from any part of the football teams. It's completely done by the FHSAA.
Oh.
Jay, we're doing something new now. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We got a quick commercial clip to run. When we get back, we'll dive into some of these crazy stories like we do every Thursday.
Yes, sir.
You guys are listening to the Inside Drive, episode 32. We'll be right back.
People are who build community. The self-starters, the friendly neighbors, the ambitious workers. And that's exactly who our members are. We're PCU. And with us, banking is made better. So whether you need a rewards checking account, financial products that assist with travel, easy business loans, or affordable auto loans, come see us so we can build the community together. Panhandle Credit Union. Banking made better.
Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
And welcome back, episode 32 of the Inside Drive podcast. Hanging out with my buddy Jay Henley in studio today. it's that time where we dive into some of these crazy stories from all over the globe. We're gonna mix it up a little bit today and start with a classic joke that you remember from years and years and years ago.
Yeah, it's are you ready for this, Ryan?
I am
Oh, yeah.
always ready.
Okay. Well, a plastic surgeon at Johns Hopkins performed surgery on a child born without eyelids. Okay, you following me so
Yes.
far?
Just remember this is a joke.
Yeah, circumcising him and and replacing
You got this.
replacing the missing lids with the harvested tissue. The boy's new eyelids worked almost perfectly, and since they were made from his own tissue, rejection wasn't a problem. When speaking to reporters, though, the surgeon admitted that the boy does look a little cockeyed.
Nice, Jay. Nice. And you've heard that one before?
I heard that 20 years ago.
20 years
At
ago?
least.
Was John Hopkins even around 20 years ago?
I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, hey, he's still a little cockeyed.
It happens.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if people are actually ever really born without eyelids, but you never know.
Right.
You never know. I've got more fun facts than anything today. The most expensive playoff game, Jay, for most expensive playoff game going into, when we start the playoffs, is not any of the college football playoff games, as most people would probably think.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first 2 times ever that Montana and Montana State will be playing each other in the and that's the FCS playoff bracket. And the cheapest ticket for that game is $529. The cheapest ticket for any college football playoff game in round 1 is $238. So big difference there, and they always say FCS is, a different level, but apparently it means just as much there on that level. But it's the first time they've ever met each other in the FCS playoff, and that's Montana State and Montana out there in the frozen tundra. So I just thought that was an interesting little fun fact.
Yeah.
Another interesting little fun fact. In 2025, this company has tracked 41.3 million parlays that have missed just by one leg for a potential profit of $8.3 billion. So if you've been gambling this year, like I have, and, this is certainly going to make us mad because I've missed several parlays where the final leg just falls. But that, you got to hit them all for it to count. So, and that's why the odds are so good on them. But yeah, 41.3 million parlays have missed by a single leg with a potential profit of $8.3 billion. I think I've read this one before. It's not really an article. It was just a headline that was, kind of wild. Man suffers heart attack, dies at work. Co-workers gather for a group selfie thinking had fallen asleep. Have I ever mentioned that one
Oh,
before?
my God.
I might not have. Yeah, so
think so.
he literally had, it's sad, but they had no idea, and they got a picture of it as well because they took a selfie. Everybody
jeez.
there at the holiday party thought he had fallen asleep.
It happened at the holiday party.
It did. He was literally sitting there, had a heart attack, passed away, and then they all thought he was just
gracious.
sleeping. It's a good thing they didn't
Sleep.
draw him with, Sharpies like, we used to do back in the day.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
passed out, you get some Sharpies drawn on you, and that's why you didn't want to pass out.
Right.
The total buyouts for the 15 fired coaches in 2025, $228 million in buyouts that are owed to LSU's former coach, Kentucky's former Brian Kelly, Mark Stoops, Jonathan Smith, he was with Michigan State, Billy Napier at Florida, Hugh Freeze at Auburn, Mike Gundy at Ohio State, Justin Wilcox at Cal, Sam Pittman at Arkansas, James Franklin at Penn State, Brent Pry at Virginia Tech, Deshaun Foster at UCLA, Trent Bray at Oregon, Trent Dilfer at UAB, Tim Beck at Coastal Carolina. Even Coastal Carolina had to pay a buyout of $1.7 million. And then Jay Norvell, who was the head coach at Colorado State, $228 million of buyouts that have to be paid out.
Jeez.
Talk about a lot of money in that sport.
Do you think when you buy them out like that, are you losing fans coming in? If you want to keep them there, right, and just keep losing, are you going to lose fans? And that's where the money aspect of it is?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you potentially might lose boosters, and if you lose those booster money, then your whole program's going
Okay.
to suffer. That's for sure.
I got you.
I'm going to let you read this one, Jay,
All right.
because it'd be funny if you read it.
Sure.
You may have to stay plugged in though. I think
You ain't set me up on anything, are you?
no.
Okay.
I think
All
my
right.
laptop's has reached the the stage in its life where the battery won't last unless it's plugged in now.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately.
Let's see what we got here. For 13 years, someone in Norway has been pooping in golf holes, and the police still have no clue who it is.
The unsolved crime should be on Dateline.
Did he score a number 2? Is it a whole number 2?
Double eagle. Yep.
Yeah. For over a decade, an unknown person reportedly vandalized a golf course in Norway in one of the strangest crime sprees in the country has ever seen. Night after night, the holes on the greens were deliberately filled with human feces, baffling staff and players alike. Despite investigations, surveillance efforts, and widespread media attention, the culprit managed to evade identification for 13 years. To this day, the case remains unsolved and has become a bizarre legend in Norwegian crime history.
Yikes.
Dang.
You've been in the golf business for forever.
Yeah.
Anything ever come up like that with vandalization on your golf course or a golf course you were at?
Negative.
Me neither. Just your
Negative.
typical people driving on where they're not supposed to. That's the worst I'd ever encountered in my career.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that comes to my mind, and you can't make this up, but, being at Sea Island, I remember a caddy. There was an eagle. There was an eagle that lived kind of
bald
like
eagle?
Point. Yeah, bald eagle that lived on
Endangered
number
species.
16 at Ocean Forest Golf Club. And it was a huge nest. I mean, those nests are like 50
Massive,
feet.
yep.
Yeah. And
Birds are huge.
the eagle had dove into the Atlantic Ocean, grabbed this big fish, and the eagle had dropped that fish, and it landed in a member's golf bag on hole 16.
That's not vandalization, but that's still pretty crazy.
It was the craziest thing for him to drop that fish and it be, land in the golf bag. What are the chances?
What are the chances, indeed?
Yeah.
Now, if they would have dropped the fish and it knocked a ball in the hole, would that have counted?
Yeah.
Rubber the green.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it would have
There
counted.
you go. Yeah.
Just like if a seagull comes and picks up your golf ball and drops it in the water, you're SOL.
Yeah. You hit it in the water. Yeah.
This may blow your mind here, Jay, or you may already know it. Santa wasn't always a man in red. Up until the 20th century, Saint Nick and Father Christmas were often depicted in earthy tones like green, brown, tan, as seen as the vintage. There's a picture of it. All vintage illustrations, he's either in green, tan, or brown. So what changed?
That's a great question.
Marketing. In 1931, Coca-Cola hired artist Haddon Soundbloom to create a definitive look for Santa for their holiday ads. He cemented the image of the jolly plump man in a bright red suit that matched the Coke branding. That advertising campaign was so successful that it became the global standard we recognize today. So Coca-Cola is the reason why Santa Claus is in a red suit.
Didn't we learn that the color red, which you're wearing red today,
Go Niners.
Go Niners? Didn't we learn on the radio that red means that you're hungry, like it identifies being hungry?
Yeah, somebody
and-
called in and was talking about
Was it
that
Travis?
one time. I think it was probably
I think
Travis.
it was Travis. Yeah, so like when you see McDonald's and you see, there's always red, like Crystals is red.
Yep.
Burger King. Fun fact.
Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A.
also red.
I know.
Domino's, Pizza Hut. They give
Papa
even
John's.
Papa John's got some red in it. Now, Little Caesars kind of broke the mold with the orange
Oh, no.
a little bit, anyway.
But they also, I think their quality went down because Little Caesars was high end back in the 90s.
But then they became the cheap, quick brand of
They
pizza.
did.
Now they're kind of pushing their prices back up again a little bit.
Are they?
I think they used to be like $5.99 for a pizza. Now it's $6.99.
Yeah.
And if you add extra toppings, the prices go up as well.
Uh-huh.
Pizza Hut breadsticks, Little Caesars crazy bread.
Oh. Little Caesars crazy bread.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good, but I would take the Pizza Hut breadsticks.
I actually like both. Can I say
do.
both?
Yeah, you could say both, but if you had to choose one of them, you'd go with the crazy bread.
Yeah.
I just have so many memories of when you're going to school back in the day where you could get the 3-pack of the breadsticks at school lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Did they do that in Griffin too?
Yep.
And like it wasn't very. I think it was like $2 you could get that. It was always like an add-on additional thing. But you get one with a bunch of that stuff on top of it, and they were just so good. It'd be a bummer though if they burned them and cooked them too long.
Yeah, it would be. What about the Pizza Hut lunch buffet? Did you ever? It had
Oh,
the salad.
yeah, unlimited. And it was only like
Oh,
$5.
my God.
Kids these days have no idea about the Pizza Hut lunch buffet.
No.
So good.
Where that
The
thing
salad
at?
was good too.
Yeah,
It's like Ruby Tuesdays. I don't even know if we have a Ruby Tuesdays anymore.
they had.
Beth loves Ruby Tuesdays simply because of that salad bar, but I think everybody loves that salad bar.
Yep.
Sizzler had the salad bar too, right?
Uh-huh. Western or
Just
just
Sizzler.
just Sizzler?
Just Sizzler. I know what you're talking about with Western Sizzling.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Does a Golden Corral have a salad bar?
I've never stepped foot in a Golden Corral.
That shocks me that you've never been in a Golden Corral.
I don't like
Being from Griffin, Georgia, you just don't like
Yeah.
everybody touching all the stuff.
I don't like those type buffets. I don't know why. Like a Pizza Hut buffet, great, but what about you?
I've never been in I've only been in a Golden Corral once, and I was in college, and I don't really remember.
I don't like the buffets where you can, you can get salmon, you can get chicken, steak. Like I need some kind of specialty. Like
So
Don't-
more geared towards the restaurant itself.
right, yeah. Is that
Gotcha.
weird?
No, I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think that's fair. This is just more of a little fun fact one. Romania is moving forward with an ambitious tourism project as Dracula Land enters development near Budapest. The €1 billion resort is planned on a large scale destination inspired by Transylvanian legends and European folklore. With an expected opening window between 2026 and 2027, the project aims to attract international visitors by blending myth, history, and modern theme park design. The resort is set to feature multiple themed lands, dozens of attractions, Gothic-style castles, dark rides, and roller coasters, along with hotels, a water park, spa facility, entertainment venues, and retail areas. Would you go?
Is that Count Dracula from Sesame Street?
I don't believe that that is the same Dracula.
Dang.
Count Dracula is its own character.
What did he say back then?
One, a
It's
two,
two.
a three. Didn't he have? Wasn't there a cereal too, Count Dracula?
Yeah. But I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'd go. Yeah, why not?
Sounds. I mean, I guess Romania is trying to pull some tourism in there with a big old American style theme park, but with the old folklore and what was it? Gothic kind of
Mhm.
stuff. I'm gonna end with this one. This is just another kind of fun fact. Obviously, Philip Rivers was the talk of last week, kind of coming back after not playing since 2020.
Is he in the hospital this week?
No,
No?
he survived. He's fine.
Okay.
But
good.
kind of a high IQ move. The 44-year-old Philip Rivers made a surprising return from retirement just in time. His original NFL benefits were about to expire, a move that now secures him another 5 years of paid insurance. Under NFL rules, players are eligible for 5 years of league-paid health insurance immediately after retiring. Rivers' initial coverage was set to run out next month, with his last official NFL game coming back in January 2021. But unretiring before that deadline, Rivers effectively resets the clock on his benefits. When he officially retires again, he will qualify for an additional 5 years of insurance coverage through the league. This strategic move provides major long-term security, especially for Rivers and his larger family of 12, making the brief comeback financially meaningful beyond just football. It's kind of a high IQ move there by Rivers.
Yeah,
10
he's
kids.
gonna need it.
Yeah, 10 kids, him and his wife. The NFL was probably like, don't pick Rivers, talking to the Colts. And, you think this will make more people kind of do the same thing that he was doing?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, he's standing on an interstate with 7, 8 Mack trucks, just coming right after him. He's gonna have to use those benefits.
The good thing is they play the Niners this week, and the Niners have less sacks as a total team than Myles Garrett has all season. Myles Garrett's got 21 and a half sacks. The Niners only have 18, but that's because their defense and especially their line is so decimated. So Rivers may be able to survive this week. We shall see. But I'm glad that, it's not Daniel Jones anymore, because if we win this game, we make the playoffs. So looking forward to that Monday night football game. Speaking of football games, we got the Seahawks and the Rams coming up this evening on Thursday night football. What do you think, Jay? I need the Seahawks to win because that still leaves a path for the Niners to potentially get the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I
Let's go
hate both
Seahawks.
these teams so much, so it's kind of tough to even, root for somebody in this game. Seahawks are -1.5. It is up there in Seattle at Lumen Field. So I think if it was at SoFi, then the Rams would be the favorite in this one. Obviously, the Rams had I believe it was a tough loss last week. If you had to lay the points, what would you do? Would you take the Rams at the +1.5, or would you have the Seahawks lay the 1.5?
Let's go Seahawks.
Minus
They win by
1.5.
field goal.
Okay, I
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah.
Myers kicks one in to win. I mean, they made 5 field goals last week to beat the Colts, so Myers is, primed and ready to kick some field goals, but I think it's going to take more than field goals to beat the Rams.
Mhm.
They're obviously looking pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Jay, appreciate you jumping on. Congratulations on your new business venture.
Thank
Keep
you.
me updated on that. We'll help promote it here on the show, and every
Thank
time
you.
you're here on Thursdays, you can talk about it, of course.
Yes, sir.
Be glad to support that new venture. Love that idea. I think you're going to be highly successful. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. One more time, congratulations to the UA boys soccer team and the UA's girls basketball team on winning the district championships. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll be back next Tuesday, the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. Take care.